Well, it's never a dull moment out here at the apiary. As you'll see in my previous video, the hive that I just inspected, found the queen, pulled her out to mark her. I think she actually is my old queen, believe it or not. I saw a little bit of pink, which is what I had marked her with last time I marked her. And that would have just been earlier this season. I did mark her, and I let it dry fully. Sorry, I gotta get my gloves in real quick. I let it dry fully, and it turned out that there was still a little bit of that pinkish reddish on her back. So I actually think I have the same queen in that hive, and I did have a few eggs, nothing to write home about. Nothing that I was super tickled about, but she's definitely back laying. I saw some emergency cells, but I didn't see any active supersedure cells. That hive just continues to perplex, but their population is insane. Get this smoker going back up. All right, so this is hive number 2. Now, if this hive swarmed, which is the one I think swarmed yesterday or Sunday, we should see a dramatic drop in population. This hive, right through spring, I mean, we put a second box in really early on this hive because they just overwintered really, really strong. And so, a couple of weeks ago, I started to notice there was no eggs or brood or anything in this hive, and that's a big no-no. And then I noticed they were going to swarm. And I've said this a number of times on my videos that, you know, we're trying to let these hives do what they want naturally. And so I decided I was going to let them swarm naturally, and I'm hoping that that's actually what we caught on Sunday, was this hive's swarm. So let's take a little look-see. I gotta remember I have a microphone now. I don't have to talk all the way to the camera. It's hard for me to remember to try to be quiet. It's midday on, what day is it? It is Tuesday. I believe it is the 10th of June. This frame used to have nectar in it, I think, and it is empty. Second frame has a little bit of nectar at the bottom. They're bringing some in, and a lot of nectar at the top. Or on this side, that's almost all nectar. There's a little bit of nectar on the bottom down here, but nothing to write home about. But they're bringing nectar into this frame, or this hive. And it's nectar galore. Nectar, and then a few emergency queen cells, but nothing crazy. Mostly all nectar. Okay, so that's 3 frames in, mostly nectar. Let's see what we got here. There's a queen cell unloaded. That's a big old drone right there. This is mostly nectar. It's not full, it's not super heavy, but it's got nectar in it. It's just nectar. This one's a little heavier, so they've definitely filled it up. I've got a supersedure queen cell that looks like it has an egg in it, but it doesn't have any queen royal jelly or anything, any liquid. Frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is pretty, it's starting to get built out a little bit of nectar. 7 is mostly empty. 8 is mostly empty. So I'm gonna push that frame back in, rotate it out a little bit, don't see any queen activity up here, but I wouldn't necessarily expect to, especially if they swarmed. I do see a queen cell, an emergency supersedure cell that looks like it has an egg in it. And to be honest with you, I think they had a bunch of queen cells that were ready to go. They were ready to swarm. Weather changed, and they kind of got left with a whole lot of nothing. And so I don't know what is going to happen with this hive as I continue to look down it. Let's weigh it, because I want to say last week it was super light, and it feels even lighter this week. I want to say last week it was like 8 and 8. Oh, come on. Yeah, 7. So 14 pounds on that box. 14 pounds isn't a whole lot, especially given that at one point I think that this box was upwards of 22, so it's half its weight. That's not good. I gotta quit swinging this scale around everywhere I go. Take a call in between inspections, and my smoker is still going, but boy, it's struggling. Alright, let's just get at it. Yesterday I was watching videos of beekeepers, and there's a gal I watch who does swarm collections, and this poor gal was doing a swarm capture out of a toy box in a house, or in like a barn, and these bees were so aggressive that they were stinging her through her bee suit. She was fully suited. It was crazy. Okay, so this is the first frame. Just like you'd expect, it's mostly nectar. There's a ton of drone in here. It's funny because drones immediately make me think queen, because they're so big. There's just a lot of drone brood in here. Or drone, not brood, drones. Alright, fingers crossed we find some eggs here soon. This one's nectar. There is a supersedure cell right in the middle. There. I am not going to tear it out. Well, and see, there's the peanut that was our swarm cell a week ago, and it has to be dead by now. Oh, there's nothing even in it. That's the one I thought they were waiting on to swarm. And I'll be honest with you, this box is still really full of bees. I'm out here in shorts, which probably wasn't my smartest move, given how pissy this hive can be. You can hear them. Bringing in nectar though. It's funny though, that other hive has suddenly become way stronger than this one. Because like that other hive already has numerous honey frames. This one, it's definitely picking up. But I'd say if you compare them, we'll remember that one was 44 pounds for the center box. but this one's in the 30s. Because although it's got nectar, it just doesn't have a ton. There's a little bit of a swarm cell on the bottom. And then here's these queen cells that I saw last week that are obviously not going to happen either. Because they only last about 8 days, so if they didn't pop, they ain't gonna. And that's been way over 8 days, so those are dead. I'll check them in a little bit, but they're dead. And what I don't know is, did a queen emerge and go sting them all? That's all nectar. That is all nectar. Glistening, happy little nectar. So if they haven't emerged in 8 days, they're not going to emerge. Those are way over 8 days. Nectar, so they're treating this like a super brood babies. So I'll weigh this one and see what it's up to. But I'm very concerned about this hive. Hopefully we see some kind of queen activity downstairs, or this hive is going to struggle because they do not have any queen cells that are working. I'm not going to requeen them. If they chose to do that, that's on them. There's an active queen in here, or they wouldn't be in here. Alright, well, let's weigh this one, see where we're at. Good news is we're way ahead of last year at this time, obviously, but they are pissy. Yeah, 13. And 14. So 27 pounds compared to 40 something over there. This hive is down in weight. Now, that could be they swarmed. It could be that they didn't make it. But looking at these are dead larvae. There was no active queen in there. She was not going to emerge no matter what they did. So the big question is, what are they going to do? I have a lot of bees in this box. There is no need for me to be concerned about population right now. What I do not have in this box is any babies. So, let's see if we get lucky here, or see if I gotta freak out and go buy a queen or something. That's a light frame, that's not good. And because I'm letting them do their thing naturally, God, the drones in here are just monsters. Because I'm letting her do her thing naturally, or letting them do their thing naturally, if this hive lets their queen die, I'm gonna let it. You know, we'll see what we can do, and maybe we'll catch another swarm next year. I don't want that to happen. I want this hive to persist, but I don't know what they've done. Except you can hear them, they just come all at me right as soon as I flip it up. So if you turn your frames into the sun, you can see better down into the cells. This one is empty. It's got pollen. This is not good, y'all. Wait a minute. I definitely see one egg down in here. It ain't a lot. And there is not enough brood to sustain this hive. Oh, shoot. I just saw them have 2 eggs, which would be bad, but I definitely see some eggs. I saw a cell that looked like it had 2 eggs in it. There's definitely one. Nothing to write home about, but there's a little bit of larva. There's a couple eggs. Alright, well, let me keep an eye out and see what I see. What I'm worried about now is, do I have a laying queen or do I have laying workers? That is a very different problem. If you have laying workers, well, now we're in trouble because they'll lay multiple eggs down into a cell. So if you see multiple eggs in a cell, you got trouble. Let's see what we got here. For a queen that has been just absolutely knocking it out of the park, this just is not good. Eggs. Let's see if I can see her. I mean, the funny thing is, if it is my queen that's in here, the one that I had in here previously, I marked her with bright pink. So you would think that I would see her. But I don't know. What are we doing here, ladies? Not a lot. What are we doing? Huh? What do we got going on here? Alright, well, let's hope. Against hopes. She is somewhere over here. I should be getting closer to her if she's in here. So when I look for my queens, I start from the outside in because they work from their inside out. Let's see her on this side. Got a little bit of larva in here. Yeah. I got some eggs. nothing colossal, but definitely there. So let's see what we got. Well, this is riveting television. See any eggs in here? A little bit there, but nothing worth talking about. I'm really worried about this hive. The population is gonna go down. And the crazier thing is, I don't know what their queen situation is because there are a couple eggs in here. But I'm not thinking it would be our queen right. I'm not seeing a queen. This is just an empty frame. This one's got some nectar on it. I just haven't seen a queen either. Oh, this hive is in trouble. Oh, there's an egg. There's some larvae, maybe. There's some eggs for sure. Not much. You know, like normally you'd pull this open and it would just be laid out. And there's nothing. What are you telling me here, ladies? They're definitely active. They do not like me being here. Let's see what's going to happen here. Seeing an occasional egg, but nothing like a laying pattern. Ladies, see a queen laying. See a weird little activity. They're not even bringing in that much nectar. This hive's in trouble. What's going on, guys? What are we doing here? I don't know what they're going to do. They got to figure it out, though. I'm not tearing apart anything. I'm going to let them do what they're going to do. They got to figure it out. And I'm going to hope that maybe what they're doing is these individual little eggs I'm seeing here and there are going to all become cells, and they're going to replace their queen, perhaps, but I honestly don't know. I don't know what is going to happen. But that said, I'm excited for them to figure it out, but I don't think this hive is doing very well, to be completely real with you. Alright, last box will weigh 8.9 or 8.4, so just under 17 pounds, and this should be putting on weight, not taking weight off. God dang it. I hate these animals. I cannot find a queen in this box. I see a couple, like seriously, like almost miscellaneous eggs. I don't know if that's a laying worker or what. I also don't know that this is the hive that swarmed, so I don't know that this is my hive up front. But we'll keep an eye on it. I don't know what they're doing. If this hive all dies, I will probably, I don't know, because it'll get robbed. It'll get robbed completely. We'll see. I don't know what the plan is here. I'll talk to my mentor and let you guys know what we come up with, but that's what's up. Bye.